Well, welcome back. And I know I haven't posted hardly any videos in a good while on my Etzel. It's been quite a while. It's been a lot going on. I had the clutch in there go out. The slave cylinder went out on my Ranger. And then basically, these past couple months since I put a video up, I got a new something new. Looked around, and then y'all tell me whether or not it was worth $600. But here it is, my '78 Gmc Sierra Grande. It's a 2-wheel drive. I've had this since August. And I only paid $600 for this truck. Now I've done a lot of work to it since I've had it. I put new tires on it. These are Goodyear Wranglers. I probably don't even have but a couple thousand miles on them since they've been on there. And I put all new brakes on it. I put all new studs, all new lugs. Put new rotors, calipers, the lines, a new master cylinder. Everything on the front's brand new. The only thing I have to do is get a front end alignment, some ball joints, and get the shocks put on it. This truck was repainted one time, and I ain't really got around to putting any videos up of it. I've been wanting to put a video up of it and show it off a little bit. This truck, when I bought it, had 100,440 miles on it. Then, since I've been driving it these past few months, it has 102,230. If you can see that. It's hard to see it. Anyway, here's some of the interior. Put my skull seat cover on it. I'm doing quite a bit of work to it. I've just put new window winders on it. Took the plastic ones off, put some nice chrome ones on it. Looks pretty good. The only rust that this truck has that's major is the floorboard. I don't know if you can see that or not. But anyway, the floorboard needs to be replaced, and I found that you can order the floorboards at an LMC truck. Put new wiper blades on it. And again, I only paid $600 for this truck. It has the Hydromatic 3-speed automatic. Has a little bit of rust right there. Overall, this truck's in very good shape. This truck was taken care of for most of its life. Hope y'all can see it. Bought a box for it, put a box on it. Gotta get it at Walmart. Got a little bit of rust in the bed. Nothing really major. I like the old truck. I'll show you under the hood. Not too bad of a truck. Here's a shot of the back. Let's see if we can get a better shot. There it is. It has I installed a Flowmaster on it. Right now it's just single exhaust. I'm working on getting the true dual exhaust on it. Got a little bit of rust right there. Overall, it's in very good shape. Most of them are eat up, and this one, even the rockers and cab corners are solid. Everything's solid on it. It's just a little bit of surface rust. But it's not all eat up through there like most trucks. Doors are very good and solid. Just a little bit of surface rust. And what happened on this side, what caused this side to rust, was the owner ran it for so long with a leaking heater core that all the coolant and everything just leaked down. You can see where it ran down. And he never fixed it. And it basically corroded the floor and made it rust. Luckily, it did not eat the floor through. It just mainly put a little bit of surface rust on it. And I took some paint. I cleaned them up and painted it for now so it wouldn't rust. But thank goodness that it didn't eat through. And I took my trim plates to actually have them. But it's not actually eat through at all. It looks worse than it really is. The driver's side is the side that's eat through. It needs a cab mount and the actual pan. But other than that, the rocker, all that's still solid. I've installed some gauges. My oil pressure. For my volts, I still have to hook it up, and then my temperature. Sierra Grande. This is a very nice truck. I like it. I mean, the paint's faded on a little bit, but I like it. And it's a 78. I got another hood for it. This one has a little slight crinkle. You can see it. And the inner fenders are solid too. Yeah. It's hard to see it, but I have an extra set of inner fenders for it, and I have another hood for it too. I'll show you. So I have a good solid hood for it, sitting right here. It's got some sap, I guess, from a tree. And I got my inner fenders for it too. They're sitting up under here. There's a toolbox came off of it. And those are my Etzel wheels. Buried underneath. I ain't done too much to my Etzel for a while. I just really hadn't had the money. And ever since my slave cylinder went out on my Ranger, I was leery about my Ranger, and I just wanted something older to where I could still actually work on it and not end up spending a crap load of money and a bunch of plastic, because the master cylinder for the clutch, they make them now to where they're plastic. I don't know if you can actually go to Ford and buy a cast iron one like was on my Ford Ranger or not. But basically they are plastic, and that's what I don't like. And then the rod, if anybody's ever bought a clutch master cylinder for a Ford Ranger, I know this video is supposed to be about my GMC, but if anybody's ever bought one, anymore, if you go to Napa or AutoZone, any of them, they're all plastic. The rod that connects to your clutch pedal and goes into your master cylinder, they're all plastic. And that's what I don't like, and that's the main reason why I bought this truck, is I just don't trust it. Now, you can't beat these old trucks. You really can't. They're not made like they were back then. Now this is my radiator. I mean, not my radiator. It's a 350. I don't know if it's a 2-bolt or if it's a 4-bolt. I've done some work to it. Right now it needs valve stem seals. Smokes a little bit. Not bad. Once it warms up, it quits. It has an Elderbrock air cleaner, Elderbrock valve covers. I put a flex fan on it, and I had to get a spacer for it. And the only thing, and I put a new fuel pump on it too. It's hard to see it, but it's on there. And I did it up so I could have my fuel line connected for my fuel filter and everything. I still want to get, it has an HEI distributor, but I do want to get a new HEI distributor, because that one's a little older and I want to upgrade it. Well, I'll get the same distributor, but I just want a newer one. And I bought a Champion radiator for it, and I cannot find any videos on Champion radiators on YouTube. I found a couple, but I can't really find any that are in a 78 GMC like mine. I know the 78 Chevy trucks, they're pretty much the same, other than the emblems are different and pretty much the exact same truck. Now this radiator, I definitely would recommend it to anybody. I'll be straight up with y'all. It cools a whole lot better. It's a 3-row radiator. I got it off of eBay for $220. It made a world of difference. And the reason why I had to replace the radiator, that's the only problem I've ever had with this truck, was the radiator. Put a new master cylinder on it. Because my radiator before, somebody had tried patching it so much that they weakened it and messed the corner of it up, and it started spraying antifreeze all over the place when I started it one morning. So basically I was like, the heck with this, and I cut the truck back off and tore it down, and I painted the motor up a little bit and I put a water pump on it too. It's a new water pump too, by the way. That's just a standard pump. I wish I'd put a high volume on it. That may have helped it more. I'm not really sure if it would have or not. But anyway, it's a 3-row radiator. Don't mind my coat hanger right here. That's just temporarily. The only problem I've ever had with this radiator is they're just a hair shorter. They're about an inch, about a quarter of an inch shorter than the stock one. And basically, this piece won't push it down flush, if y'all know what I mean. So that's why the coat hanger is there, so to keep it from flopping back and forth. But it's not going to go nowhere, I promise y'all. But that's an excellent radiator, it really is. I'm really happy with it, and that was an excellent deal. And it's a 3-row. And it's $220. It's an excellent radiator. Made a world of difference. This truck is actually a little bit better on fuel. As far as fuel economy goes, it's a little bit better. Now basically, before the radiator took out before, it was a copper radiator. It was a 2-row, and it ran about 160 to 170. If you got on interstate, it ran about 170. Oh, and I also it has a quadrajet carburetor on here. I want to eventually take that cast iron intake off and get a Holly carburetor and an Elderbrock intake. And I want to find a cast iron water neck for my top radiator hose, so I can do away with those vacuum things. I still have my stock breather. I got all my stock valve covers. I got the stock fan, my fan shroud. I have everything for it. I just ain't really had a chance to completely finish it. But enough about me talking, I'll let you hear it. It's already warmed up, so it'll fire right up. This motor has never been rebuilt. I've just done a few things to it, and that's about it. I'll let you hear the exhaust.